Hello everyone, and welcome to our Tune In Tuesday program, which we bring to you every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And this program is brought to you by ComForCare and At Your Side, and we provide personal care for people throughout the United States and Canada. I'm Steeve Tall, and I'm the music and dementia expert with ComForCare and At Your Side, bringing you this program of some songs and conversation. Just generally, we're going to have some fun together with music, and I hope that I'll play some of your favorites. A lot of these are certainly my favorites. I enjoy doing them for you. We'd love to hear from you, so remember to like us on Facebook, and if you have any comments or requests for songs, we'd love to hear them. And I'm going to start right into the first song of the program today, which is a great upbeat song called The Sunny Side of the Street. Grab your coat and get your hat, leave your worries on the doorstep, just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. You can hear that pitter pat and happy tune in your step. Life could be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. Now I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as a Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Let's sing it together. Grab your coat and get your hat, leave your worries on the doorstep, just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. You can hear that bitter pat and happy tune in your step. Life could be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. Now I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as a Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. On the sunny side of the street. That's The Sunny Side of the Street. What a great song. And you know, that's all about changing that attitude from negative and having the blues to just feeling positive, simply by saying, I'm going to go over to the sunny side and I'm going to think in that way. And you know, we do have the ability to do that. I mean, I know that things get very challenging sometimes, and it may seem difficult to get to that positive side, but it really is simply a matter of just saying, well, you know, I can sit around and worry and be concerned about what might happen, or I can just be right here in this moment. I can be positive, and I can have some fun. And what we're doing now, just some fun with music to really turn that negative into a positive. And music helps us do that because it generally, you know, it perks us up. It brings back memories, especially some songs particularly that you particularly may like and have certain memories around, people, places. That's the beauty of it. So I'm going to move on now to another song, and this song is one that's from the 60s by a group called the Turtles, and it's called Happy Together. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold you tight. So happy together. I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the sky's a blue for all my life. Me and you, and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the sky's blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together, happy together. How is the weather? So happy together. Happy Together by a group called the Turtles, and they were quite an interesting band. And the two singers who really comprised the Turtles, they had a backup band, went on and actually were singers for Frank Zappa. If anybody remembers Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, the singers from the Turtles went and they sang with Frank for a number of years. And I'm going to move on now, and I'm going to move on to a fun song, and this is a song by the Beatles, and of course the Beatles had so many great songs. This is one of their early songs, and it's just, to me, a really fun, great rock and roll song. She was just 17, if you know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. Oh, I never danced with another. Oh, when I saw her standing there. Oh, she looked at me, and I could see that before too long I fell in love with her. Oh, I could dance with another. Oh, when I saw her standing there. Oh, my heart went to when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in mine. Well, we danced through the night and held each other tight, but before too long I fell in love with her. Oh, I could have danced with another. Oh, when I saw her standing there. Oh, my heart went to when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in mine. Oh, well, we danced through the night and held each other tight, but before too long I fell in love with her. Oh, I couldn't dance with another. standing there. That is a fun song. I love doing that one. And, the Beatles had so many great songs. It really is amazing. And, that's some of the early music. And they really evolved as a band and really created some beautiful music. And, you'll hear now Beatles songs done orchestrally with an orchestra. And, they really sound great. And you realize how beautiful the songs are and how beautiful the melodies are. And, of course, also some great lyrics to some of the songs, especially some of the later songs. Just to remind you, this program is brought to you by ComForCare and At Your Side. Program's called Tune In Tuesdays, but we're here with you Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern every weekday. We thought that during this time when we're all staying safe and healthy and staying at home, that we needed to come to you every day and bring you just some great fun and a little bit of a great music activity where we can sing along, you can reminisce, and just maybe enjoy some songs that you've never heard before as well. So I'm glad that you're tuning in. It makes me feel great to know that I'm reaching you and that you're listening to the music and enjoying it. And I am going to move on now to a song that's from the 1930s. This is one of my favorites. I like to do it. I think it's just a beautiful song. And it's got sort of, in a way, I guess, like sort of old-timey words to it in a way. It's a very sweet song. It's called I've Got a Crush on You, Sweetie Pie. I got a crush on you, sweetie pie, all the day and night time. Hear me sigh, the world must pardon my notion that I could fall with such emotion. Could you coo, could you care for a lovely cottage we could share? The world must pardon my mush, 'cause I have got a little crush, my baby, on you. I'm gonna sing it again. Sing with me. I got a crush on you, sweetie pie, all the day and night time. Hear me sigh, the world must pardon my notion that I could fall with such emotion. Could you coo, could you care for a lovely cottage we could share? The world must pardon my mush, 'cause I have got a crush, my baby, on you, my baby, on you. I got a crush on you, sweetie pie. And that one, as I said, is from the 1930s. And I grew up with a lot of these songs. I've loved the songs from the Great American Songbook. And I was introduced to a lot of this music because I was a musician, and I had the opportunity as a young musician to play with some big bands. And most of the musicians, all of them were older than I was, and they would call me Kid. And that was sort of the name that I got. They called me Kid. I don't know if they really knew my name was Steve, but they certainly could call me Kid, and they did that all the time. And I was there and learning a lot from the older musicians, and I was playing guitar in the band, and I would every once in a while be called upon to get up and sing a rock song, is what they called it, and that's what the band leader called it. And most of these musicians were not really familiar or had played rock at all, and they sort of struggled a little bit with the difference in the feel. But they were learning from me as well, and I was learning from them. And of course, I loved the music of that time, and it was a great opportunity for me to play with some of these bands. And And in those days, the bands would play for debutante balls and weddings and very high-end events and big shows and large hotels, much of which really doesn't happen too much anymore. You really don't see that kind of event happening to that scale as it used to with a large band. I'm talking about a band that may have been 20 pieces or larger. Which you really don't see too much anymore on a regular basis for events like that. But it was just such a great time for me and such a great learning experience for me, and it gave me the opportunity to travel around with this band, and what a great experience. And I learned a lot of the music, and I've taken it with me and just enjoyed it so much, and I love those songs, and I still listen all the time to music from that era. And, you know, speaking of which, it's just great today because we have access to all this great music. You know, we can go on Spotify or Amazon Music or YouTube and actually see the performances. I recommend you do that. I mean, some of these songs are great, and you can, especially ones you remember, you pull them up on YouTube, you can see the original artists do them, and sometimes if they're clips from movies or shows, you can also see that as well. I'm going to move on to another song now. This one is actually a spelling lesson, and this song is called L-O-V-E. L is far away, you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. Is everything, everything that I adore and love. Is more than just a game for two. Love is everything I want for you. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Let's do it again. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. Is everything and everything that I adore and love. Is more than just a game for two. Love is everything I want for you. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. L-O-V-E. What a great song that is. Real good beat and a lot of fun. I'm going to move on to another song from the Great American Songbook. This is a song written by Jerome Kern, and it's just one of my favorite songs to sing. It's a beautiful song, and it's called Just the Way You Look Tonight. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. You're lovely with your smile so warm and your lips so soft. There is nothing nothing for me but to love you. And the way you look tonight, in a world where tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart, and the way you wrinkle your nose touches my foolish heart. You're lovely, never, never change. Keep that breathless start, never rearrange it, 'cause I love you. Just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight. Ah, that's a beautiful song, Just the Way You Look Tonight. And such a beautiful sentiment, beautiful melody and lyrics. I'm going to move on now to another song from that era, from the 1930s. It's called You Do Something to Me. You do something to me, something that simply mystifies me. Tell me, what would it be? You've got the power to hypnotize me. You said, do what you do. You do that, who do that, you do so well. Oh, you do something to me that nobody else can do. You do something to me, something that simply mystifies me. Tell me, what would it be? You've got the power to hypnotize me. I know you understand. You do that, you do that, you do so well. Oh, you do something to me that nobody else can do. That nobody else can do. Hey, all right, you do something to me that nobody else can do. And just to remind you, this program is brought to you by ComForCare and At Your Side. We provide personal care for people throughout the United States and Canada. I'm Steeve Tall, and I'm the music and dementia expert with ComForCare and At Your Side, bringing you this program Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with some great songs, some conversation, a few stories. And I just love being here with you. And I'm glad that you can be here with me enjoying this great music, and hopefully you're singing along and moving to the music. I'm going to move on now to another song. This one is from the 1940s, and it's just a fun song, and it's got a great message to it to me. What a day this has been. What a railroad I'm in. Say it's almost like being in love. Got a smile on my face for the whole human race. Well, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling, swear I was falling. Well, it's almost like being in love. Let's do it again. What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Well, it's almost like being in love. Got a smile on my face for the whole human race. Well, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling, swear I was falling. Well, it's almost like being in love. All right, it's almost like being in love. What a great song that is, and we all know what that feeling is like, and that's a great thing. And no matter what age you are, we still share those kind of feelings and those emotions, and music is the best way to express emotion. It can really tell somebody how we feel, and we can learn about how somebody else feels. It's such a great language that we all understand, and it really is the language of feeling. You know, music is really all based on emotion, and you know, of course, there's the actual music and sound itself, but it's all put together with how we can create, and we create out of our emotion and how we feel and what we want to communicate to someone. We can do that through song. It's just great. Well, I have time for one more song for you today, and this one's one of my favorites, and I want to end out the week with this one, and I appreciate you being here with me, spending this time with me. I love all of you out there, and I really would love to hear from you, so please feel free to like us on Facebook, and please let us know what songs you'd like to hear, how music affects you in your life, or anything else that you want to tell us about music. I'm going to end off with this great song. This one, I know you'll know it. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see 'em bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. So I think to myself, what a to myself, what a wonderful world. I'm Steve Tall with ComForCare and at your side. Thanks for being with me today. I look forward to seeing you on Monday again at 1 p.m. Look for our posting over the weekend with some great music. And I appreciate you being here. I love all of you. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.